Welcome back, and it's a beautiful day here at Bistro Nouveau in Eastman in Grantham. And joining me now are the director and lead actor from the upcoming Hedda Gabler, which is going to be premiering at Colby Sawyer College at the end of this month, Trace Oakley and Katrina Ferguson. Welcome.
Thanks, Lee.
We saw you last year at this time.
Yeah, we're happy to be outside now.
You liked it enough, you came back.
I did.
That's great. Now this is, Northern New England Repertory is putting this show on, and their mission is to bring us the classics.
Right.
So we don't always know the story behind the classics. Trace, will you tell us a little bit about what this show is all about?
Sure. Hedda Gabler is a story about a woman, Hedda, who comes from an aristocratic background, and tends to try to really control everyone in her life. That's sort of what makes her tick. As she enters a marriage that isn't really a happy one, and a man from her past comes back into her life. All along, she's trying to sort of control everyone, almost like her own personal little chess match. But as she does this, her own life spirals completely out of control.
Yeah. Compelling, a story for all ages.
It sure is. I mean, it's got a lot of plot intricacies that I think in the hands of a lesser writer would seem almost ludicrous. But with someone as great as Ibsen, it's completely believable and absolutely timeless.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the author.
Well, Ibsen, Norway's greatest playwright and one of the world's greatest playwrights. Probably maybe best known for A Doll's House, but
okay.
Hedda is probably second in there, and Master Builder and many others. He was, saying that he wanted to write a comment on what he called today's society. And so I think it's so interesting that he was really focusing on making it contemporary in its time, and that's more than 100 years ago, and it really could have been written today.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still resonates.
Yeah.
It does. You're playing another strong woman again this year. A strong woman playing a strong woman. What's your opinion of the star here?
Well, Hedda Gabler is one of those very mysterious, enigmatic characters. She's been referred to as the female Hamlet.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yes. And I also like to refer to her as the original Desperate Housewife.
Okay, for all of our younger viewers, okay, you don't want to miss this show.
Yeah. So I think that's something that we can all relate to these days. But she is a very troubled woman. But I think that for her, it's about the time that she is living in. I mean, it's the Victorian era.
Okay.
She's in a situation where, as Trace said, she had married this man because she'd at a time where it was time to get married. And she even says, my dancing days are done, kind of thing,
Yes.
and I had to get married. So she finds herself in this situation where she's really stuck. And we were talking earlier about the fact that the play takes place in the drawing room of the house that she's moved into with her husband. She never leaves the house in the course of the play, and it takes place over 2 or 3 days, but it's very interesting that all these other characters are coming in living these full lives, and she's there experiencing the world through them.
Ugh, dreadful.
And through the men in her life who are academics, poets, a judge, and of course the shadow of her father, General Gabler. And it's interesting to me too that the play is called Hedda Gabler, because at the time we meet her, she's not Hedda Gabler anymore. She's married to George Tesman, Jürgen Tesman. So she's really Hedda Tesman, but she's still very much a product of her father, this other very strong male image that has influenced her life. She's a fascinating character to delve into, and there's been books and pages and so much stuff written about why she does what she does in the play. And so we're finding our way through that right now as we look through the script.
There's so much out there about it that's been written about it. As I was preparing to direct it, I just felt myself sort of drowning in the research, and eventually I had to just say, stop. I'm going to go back to the text itself.
Yeah.
Because your head starts to spin with all the different opinions that are out there about why Hedda does the things she does.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you're in rehearsal for the rest of this month, and the opening is May 30th.
Right.
Runs only for 2 weekends, so this is a must-see. I mean, you two come in from New York.
And Los Angeles.
Distance areas, yes. I mean, we can't miss a classic story put on by professionals such as yourself right at Colby Sawyer College.
Yeah.
So, so we would encourage everybody to pick up the phone, get tickets, go to the box office, and see this, because we are so thankful for the Northern New England Rep for bringing the classics here.
We are too.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so happy to be back here and working on this great play.
Well,
'cause
we'll have a great month for you. I know we will. So thank you so much for your time and best wishes. We look forward to seeing you at the opening.